WWL-TV's Eyewitness News begins with breaking news.
That breaking news tonight, former Saints head coach Sean Payton is hanging up the mic and heading back to the NFL this year.
Say it ain't so. Payton retired from the NFL last season, and he's now heading to the AFC. Brooke Kirchhofer in studio with the latest, and I just said this before, Brooke, I'm not happy about it.
Yeah, Katie Cherise. It's official. Sean Payton is back and will be the next head coach of the Denver Broncos. Last week, it was reported that Payton had a second interview with the Broncos front office, and obviously things went well. Payton returns to the NFL after a year off, but the biggest question now is, what do the Saints get out of this trade since Payton is still under contract with the Saints through 2024? Here's a look at what is being reported. The Saints will get Denver's first-round pick in this year's NFL draft and next year's second-round pick. In return, the Saints send Sean Payton and New Orleans' 2024 third-round pick. The Broncos' first-round pick that is now being traded to the Saints will be pick 29 in the first round. That was announced by the NFL yesterday. The Saints are in the market for a quarterback, and with that, we go to sports director Doug Mouton, who is live in Mobile for the Senior Bowl. Doug, we had an idea that the trade talks were close, but I think the timing of it all kind of came as a surprise, right?
Yeah, all of it was a bit of a surprise. The way the whole process played out, I'll say my first impression is that I'm glad Sean Payton is going to the AFC and the Saints won't have to play him every week because I think he's a terrific coach and I think he will win again. But the whole process this year of all teams hiring their coaches played out over a longer time span than it has over the last few years. We thought it was Denver, then maybe Arizona, then no one. Then it wound up at Denver. So we caught up with our Saints analyst, Nick Underhill, and we asked him first if he was surprised that it was the Broncos where Payton wound up.
The longer this went on, it started to build momentum toward that situation happening. They struck out everywhere else. So where are you going to go when Jim Harbaugh says no and D'Amico Ryans signs with Houston? So Payton was their best option. He might have been their best option all along. You have to find a way to save Russell Wilson's career. You have a huge, significant investment in him. Sean Payton might be the guy that salvages that situation. So I think it makes sense for Denver. I think Sean has his work cut out for him, making that work with that quarterback, because there is no escape from it. And in some senses, his legacy is now tied to fixing Russell Wilson.
Do you feel like the compensation that the Saints are getting in return is fair?
It's a good deal. They got a first-round pick this year. They get a second-round pick next year. They send their 2024 third-round pick back to Denver. It'd be a little bit better if you weren't giving up that third-round pick. But I think getting a first-round pick out of this situation and a little bit more was always kind of the goal. And for them to succeed at that, that's a huge positive. The other positive here, you don't have the cloud of Sean Payton suffocating Dennis Allen in the whole season next year. So when they lose week 1 or week 2, people aren't going to start clamoring for the old guy to come back in. So this can now be Dennis Allen's program, and they can move forward with that.
And I agree with Nick 100%. The two things I think that are good about this is, one, you get it done. This could have hung over the team for a year. Now it won't. And you get a draft pick now. The Saints need to find a quarterback of the future. Now they have a first-round draft pick. They have some capital to work with to go get a quarterback, and that's a good thing. Reporting live at the Senior Bowl in Mobile, Doug Mouton, Eyewitness News.
All right, Doug, thank you so much.